everybody, my name is Maria Shiweza. I am Maria the Prophet. Today I am going to share with you something very personal. It's personal because it's so fascinating to me. I still cannot understand it. But this is one thing. When I was in New York City, the New Yorkers seem to always talk about the many lights that I have seen, the many lights. So it happened. It was during the time of the elections, U.S. elections in 2016, and Prophet TB Joshua had just given a prophecy that did not come to pass because of me. And then, in the frenzy, after I had just found out, and then God started to talk to me right there and right then. I mean, the whole environment changed. So when that environment changed, I saw the many lights. People, I saw lights. I saw the many lights. For the very first time in my life, I've seen something like that. So the lights were the place was huge and vast. It didn't seem to have any borders. But the light seemed to be above, like at the top, and also like at the bottom, what I would call like on the ground. But there was no ground there. It was just like light sticking out. But there were so many, the whole place was just light, 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 and light. And all of a sudden, I appeared to be standing right there. There was no floor that I could see, but I was standing in there. So all of a sudden, things changed. I started just ascending, but I was not now seeing my own clothes, these clothes that like our normal clothes. I was seeing myself like that light consumed into my skin and my clothes. So I was what I was seeing here myself was as light again. I turned into the light again. So I'm ascending, and as I was ascending just straight up into the sky. Up to one point, I could see there was this shining light. It's big, like big, but there was space enough for me to tell that there is light ahead, because the place where I was, like where I'm coming from, where I'm ascending from, those lights were too many. It was too bright. So now this gap that I'm talking about, there was still a gap between where I was to that bigger shining light. But I was very close that day. And when I was ascending, at a very high speed. I'm talking of acceleration here. It was faster than lightning. Let me just put it that way. It's nothing you have seen in movies. It was fast. It's nothing I have seen before. So I have been ascending all those years, and before that, this was the time I was watching Prophet TB Joshua, but I was also watching Bushiri. So this was war. I have seen Prophet TB Joshua physically fighting for me. My eyes were open at this time. I can tell you the shirt he would wear, like I would see him in, but I would see him physically fighting for me. So and that's how that came up. So I started ascending, and I cannot. This is something so personal, but it's something that I am so happy to share with you, because I have so many events that are like it. I guess I don't know if they are like it. I don't know how you people are taking it, but for me, every time I think this is like the biggest thing, I get hit with something that is everything is just like it's a class up. The next one is a class up from the last one. So that's how it has been. So, but I have been just ascending throughout those years. I've just been ascending to this day. And the other thing also that happened before that, during in the course of the year 2016, ever since that good morning water was prayed on me, I received prayer. So many things started happening. Another thing that started happening, there was this light. I call it liquid light because I don't know what to call it. I was in the course of the year 2016, I was always drinking from above. I would literally look up and just drink. And then I'll look for it. I was aware of it, but every time I looked up, it was right there pouring into my mouth, and I would just drink. And that happened all the time throughout all those years. And it happened a lot right before I get to see those many lights. And I would tell you about the many lights I have seen in other videos, because I've seen them in different places. Like I have seen lights. Let me just put it this way. But these lights are the lights that the New Yorkers, when I went to New York City, these are the lights that the New Yorkers would always talk about. Many New Yorkers talked about these lights. I don't know whether it's something that was on me, written on me somehow. I go here. People would tell me of the events that I have that only me know. But they have spoken about this many the life when I started living in New York. People of God, I just really wanted to share with you, and I can share with you another event that was attached to this, like this ascension thing. Um, a friend was coming through New York, and he was just given a prophecy in a church in Washington, and he was not in town, and that prophecy was actually a setup. So as he was passing through the state, I went to see him. But as I went, that train that I took, I don't know, something happened to it. It got stuck somehow. But while I was in that train, I was just ascending in the train, inside the train. I was ascending. So now, as I'm telling you like this, I don't know what the people in that train were seeing me doing or what they were thinking, what was going on with me. But again, I was in New York City where everything is normal. Like, it doesn't matter whether you are everything is welcome in that city. That's the least I can say to you. But yeah, I started ascending since that year 2016, and I drank that the light. I call it liquid light. So I just, for me, a person, I have vowed not to do anything in the church of God, in the house of God, because they didn't make money. But I am the one telling you these things. So now I don't know what to say to any one of you. But the best I can do is just to share my story, because it has so many events. And as I stand here, I don't know what to say to Prophet TB Joshua, and I don't know what to say to God. There are no words to express the good enough thank you to God or to Prophet TB Joshua. It was a sacrifice. I have seen Prophet TB Joshua fighting for me physically. And at one point, I had to say, you know what? I have to thank God for loving me. At that point, I realized God loved me, but the way I used to express it is God loved me. The love that God had for me or has for me is the love that He was supposed to have for many stadiums. Like, if you see a stadium full of people, say it's a crusade full of people, an event full of people, a stadium is full, that many stadium full of people, that number of people, that's the love that's the much love that God has for me as just one person. People have seen a lot. And what I see is always firsthand. These events are happening in the physical. Physical. I don't have to be asleep. I don't. People, I'm just sharing with you. Let me just leave you with this one. God bless all of you, Prophet. I really just wanted to share you with that because there are so many events. I just don't know how to express it. But please bear with me because I am also just relearning how to speak. I have spent all those years muted just in the spirit for the most part. And even when I would be at work, it was my hands that were doing the work, not my head, because my head, everything else was busy. Let me just put it that way. Thank you again for watching. My name is Maria Shiweda. I am Maria the Prophet. I will keep sharing. Thank you.